There may be no bigger prize than the United States Open trophy, and today 2 of Championship 9 Ball's biggest names square off, trying to move ever closer to wearing the much sought-after crown. Number 1 ranked Allison Fisher, the Duchess of Doom, so used to dominating major title chases and the defending U.S. Open champion. Number 6 ranked Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado, former Player of the Year and national champion, full of spirit and game, but winless since 1998 and hungry for a title. Only one of them will have a shot at this most cherished title when this day is done. From the Sandia Resort and Casino in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's the semifinals of the Q-Tech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship, presented by the American Pool Players Association. Hello everybody, welcome inside the Sandia Resort. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins here. As always, thrilled to be bringing you U.S. Open action on the WPBA Classic Tour. A terrific matchup. I'm really looking forward to this one. 2-time and defending U.S. Open champion Allison Fisher and Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado. And Dawn, an interesting week. Allison Fisher started off the week with eye surgery, not what you want to do coming into a U.S. Open. A little bit of a scare, a cancerous skin condition. She took care of it and somehow has managed to make it undefeated, but it's not been a normal week for Allison so far.
No, it hasn't. That tough match in the quarterfinals, so it's going to be a little iffy for her in this match. Although she has won this tournament, she's a true champion. But Vivian's coming up in her game. Vivian's having a good year, so this is going to be tight. I'd like to see what happens here.
So as we ready ourselves for what we anticipate to be a fantastic matchup between 2 great players, we will look at our road to the finals, brought to you by Ozone Billiards, your online source for billiard supplies. And out of 64 that started the week here in Albuquerque, we are down to 4. This matchup between Allison and Vivian, a matchup between Monica Webb and Kim Shaw. One of those 4 players will be your U.S. Open champion. And Dawn, these 2 have fought many times in the past. It is always interesting, and I think going to be one of the more exciting matches we've seen in a long time. Great atmosphere here at the Sandia Resort and Casino. And Allison Fisher has won the lag and will have the opening break. And I am very interested to see how she will come back after her quarterfinal matchup with Helena Tornfeld, in which she did not play her best 9-ball by a long shot. We'll see how she recovers from that. She's glad to be here. I know that. I talked to her, and she feels lucky to be in this match.
I think he's being told.
Red light on the camera?
Yeah.
As you can see, she's had a problem with her eye, so that is definitely affecting her this week. What a great break, though. That was a really nice break. She got a lot of power into it. She made 2 balls on the break. The 1 ball, as you can see, is right here. Her next ball is hanging by the side pocket. The 3 is here. So probably she's going to have to play a safety and just try to tuck the cue ball behind that 5. She could play the 1 up in the corner, but it would be hard to get position on that 3 ball. So that right there is a winning shot.
2 very differing styles. If you watch the game, you know that by now. Allison came from the snooker world, very deliberate, very mechanically in stroke most of the time. And Vivian, there you hear it. She'll whistle, she'll sing, she'll talk to the crowd. Much more of a freewheeling, same routine every time. 2 practice strokes and go. And that, when Dawn said a winning safety, that's how you get a winning safety. Put her in a position where she will foul, ball in hand, to the Duchess of Doom.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate because it was a nice hit. So that gives Allison ball in hand, and she's got to go from the 1 up the other end of the table to get to the 3 ball. Everything looks pretty good on this table here. Just don't want to get too close to the 5 with the cue ball, which she made sure not to, made sure to give herself a nice angle.
And for those of you that missed it, I mentioned Allison's match against Helena, and we'll talk a little bit about it just because it was so out of the blue and so interesting. We'll get to it in a second. We'll quickly give you the rules of the game here. Race to 7 to move to the finals. They will alternate the break. There's a 30-second shot clock and 1 extension per rack, and it'll be cue ball fouls only. This set up beautifully, and Dawn, this is exactly what Allison wants. A chance to get to the table, get back to the winning form and confidence that she usually has in her game. Just really quickly against Helena, she just plain flat out played badly. Lost confidence in the mechanics of her stroke, missed shots that she would never miss, didn't play good position, and really catapulted. Elena did not play well either, and it was just a question of which one was going to outlast the other, and it turned out to be Allison, but she knows she's lucky to be here. So I personally am interested to see how she rebounds. She is, I don't even think arguably, I will say, the greatest player that has played the game, certainly on the women's side, and I would expect nothing less of her, and I told her before that it's her fault that we expect so much of her.
Yeah, she's done this to us. But Allison is a true champion, so I have a good feeling about this match. She looks very comfortable right here.
And in good shape. 3 balls left, and as she looks at that, we'll give you this terrific playing equipment. The Metro table, the tournament edition Metro by Brunswick Billiards, Centennial balls in the big break rack, also from Brunswick, and Simona's 860 cloth on that Metro. And we thank them for their participation and for providing us with the equipment that they have for this U.S. Open. And those are the shots, Dawn, amazingly enough, that Allison was missing yesterday. Those kind of crisp shots that we're used to seeing her put away, leaving good position for the next one.
Well, today is a new day, and sometimes that's all it takes is to get through one day. You have bad matches here and there. And now she's got a new day, and so far it looks like she's doing pretty good.
The defending champion, Allison Fisher, jumps out to a 1-rack lead over Vivian Villarreal. The Q-Tech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is brought to you by Brunswick Billiards. Since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world. By Q-Tech Q's, serious cues for serious players. And by Sandia Resort and Casino, close to home, far from ordinary. Here in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Sandia Resort and Casino, semi-final action at the Q-Tech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins watching Vivian Villarreal try to fight her way back into this match with Allison Fisher down 3-0 in a race to 7. And it is just not going Vivian's way right now. Allison just missed a shot on the 3. Got a roll. Left Vivian safe. All she could try to do was masse. And now that 3 in a pretty good position, I would say, for Allison.
Yeah, I think Vivian would like this shot. Drawing it back, she gave it some angle, just wonderfully played. 7, 8, and 9 are in a very beautiful spot. So here it's just getting position on the 5. She can either come up this way with a little draw or follow forward, play at the top corner, which is what she's going to do. Nothing hard about this, Mitch.
See Allison, and if you can get a glimpse of it, you might notice her right eye. Don mentioned it early. At the beginning of the week, Allison went to the doctor for what she considered to be kind of a routine procedure to remove what was considered to be a mole. There you see it. It turned out to be a cancerous skin condition, which doctors took care of. And that was at the beginning of the week. Had bandages for a couple days. came to Albuquerque and has moved undefeated through the field to the semifinals. Had one very shaky match against Helena Tornfeld. Now seems to be back on track, so we're glad that Allison took care of that above all else, and it's a lesson for all of us. Take care of it when it comes up. Right now, importantly for Allison, a 4-rack lead over the Texas Tornado, Vivian Villarreal, the break in rack 5. Things go in the Duchess's way. As Steve Tipton gets ready, it gives us a chance to take a look at two of the great official products here on tour, the Big Break Rack and Centennial Balls, both from Brunswick Billiards. Here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Sandia Resort and Casino. Beautiful Albuquerque. Terrific spot for the QTech Hughes U.S. Open 9-ball championship. And Allison Fisher going about her business. 4-zip over Vivian Villarreal in a race to 7 in the break in rack 5. She's been breaking the balls well. Only one miss that I can think of along the way in the first 4 racks. She is making Vivian pay for mistakes. See the 4. It's just solid right now, Dawn.
There's no reward with this break. The one was about 2 inches to the left of that pocket that she wanted it to be. So I don't know if there's a double kiss on this bank or if she can get by it with the cue ball. We'll see. Beautiful shot. Nice shot.
I've seen it again.
Vivian Villarreal, this is what you have to do really with any player, is keep them seated. Vivian is an effusive personality. She likes being out there whistling, talking, singing, shooting, getting the crowd into it. And Allison has effectively removed that entire part of Vivian's game right now from her end.
Yep.
Thank you.
Definite Duchess of Doom comfort zone.
Yeah, and then if Vivian does get to the table, imagine how much pressure she's going to be under, because she knows that she's already down 4-0. And it looks like 5-0 after this. She's going to stop this cue ball, maybe draw it back a little bit so she's not over the 9. It's perfect.
Staying down over everything. It's interesting. Whatever she worked on after the Helena match and whatever she found is working.
Yeah, she probably just went back to her basic instinct, her basic lessons, lining up and trusting her body. I remember her saying that one time, that sometimes if you don't feel comfortable, if you have all that pre-shot routine where you look at the shot, you step in, you bend down, you do this, you do that, if you trust that, even if you feel like it's not going to work, you've got to trust that at some point, and maybe that's what she's done. Stopped second-guessing herself.
That is where the freedom is. And those were the shots that she was having some trouble with, and that stroke tells you a lot right there. That's dynamite right now. She talks about body-based practice. And I think what you're talking about, obviously there's mental work to be done too, but body-based practice for those of you at home that want to work on your game. And this is just right now a clinic. This is a 9-ball clinic by Allison Fisher. And even Vivian Villarreal, you saw it right back there, and I love Vivian for this too. She appreciates the work she just saw in that rack by Allison. 5 racks ahead now. Let's take a look at another of our top finishers, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Jennifer Chen, the China Doll from Chinese Taipei, a great event at the U.S. Open, ranked 19th in the world, finishing 9th in Albuquerque. There is the fantastic face of Vivian Villarreal's father, Willie. Not real happy right now. His daughter is down by 5 racks to Allison Fisher. But we are thrilled that Willie is here in Albuquerque with us. Genuinely nice guy. Everybody loves having him around, Dawn. Happy he's been here this week.
Yeah.
And Vivian happy too. It's nice to see. It's a great relationship, and we.
Don't scratch.
Oh, I was going to say. Now there goes the 4.
Yes. How many balls did she make? 4 balls on the break.
4 balls. Worth another look for sure.
Now look what I have.
Watch this. 1 in the side.
this.
I mean, look at that.
Why couldn't they just lay all in the pockets?
Oof.
She still has to get out.
Off the 1, a little billiard on the 6, but she knew she wasn't going to have a whole lot after that.
She's frustrated, Mitch. She's very frustrated. Well, here, I think what I would do is just thin the 1 and let the cue ball come back here and place the 1 over in this area.
I mean, you make 4 balls on the break, and then you got to play it safe. That is tough. That's just kind of the way it's going today.
Is it frozen, Steve? Okay.
Sometimes you feel like you're in it and can't get out. A little bit of a quicksand effect going on for Vivian right now.
Yeah. You have to feel for her. Because she really hasn't done much wrong. Well, that's not a good save, so.
Couldn't have hit that any worse.
Allison just said she couldn't have hit it any worse. And you will see Vivian trying to do some work now, and the crowd getting into it too. They want to see a match, as always. And they also, you know, the potential of these matches. This rivalry is a really good one. Vivian and Allison put on some fantastic matches. This is actually a rematch just this year of the finals of the Great Lakes Classic earlier on the Classic Tour. Allison won that one, and that was close again for Vivian Villarreal, without a victory since '98. After a whole bunch of fantastic years in the '90s, including a Player of the Year.
Nice to see her back on TV, back into her game.
Has come close. Second place finish last year at the Nationals, losing to Ga Young Kim. This year, the match against Allison. And you will hear this crowd erupt, and I guarantee you'll see a tornado twirl if this 9 goes. Vivian wants badly to emotionally get into this match. Get the crowd into it.
I missed it.
Oh.
Oh my
Not to be.
God. Ugh.
Not to be. That pretty much says it all right there. Now, Allison, this is not a gimme by any means. I did watch her slicing some of these in practice too. We'll see if she takes care of this and gets on the hill.
Oh, what a nice shot.
And when I say slice, I mean slice. Beautifully done by the Duchess of Doom, and no doubt about it, this is her match. 1 rack away from the finals. Vivian Villarreal still alive, but barely hanging on by her fingernails against Allison Fisher at 1-6 in a race to 7 to move into the finals of the QQQ's U.S. Open 9-ball championship. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins here in Albuquerque at the Sandia Resort and Casino. Cue ball shoots straight up in the air.
Now this time she's got a shot, I think.
I think she does.
Yeah. I don't know. Her hand gestures.
Why can't I just have it easy?
Oh, I see why. Because it's
Straight
dead
in the
straight. Dead straight with the 2-ball down here. That's the problem. But it's okay. I mean, she's got a shot. She's just going to have to take a long shot afterwards, I think.
3 balls on this break, 4
Oh, it
on the
wasn't
last.
that straight.
I think she had a little bit of an angle. Let's
What was she complaining
dramatic
about?
Vivian Villarreal.
Looking good, Mitch. This is where she's able to just free stroke a little bit, get her game back.
Looking where she wants to be for the 6. So much fun to watch. I really do. I just enjoy watching her whole movement around the table and the way she looks at shots, and then just the same, those 2 short, quick practice strokes and then away.
Oh man, I hit that way too easy. Way too easy.
All right, take a breath, Viv.
Put a mark right here.
Do some cleaning while she's at it.
Don't take my extension, Steve. How many seconds do I have left on the first?
All right, needs this one to stay alive. Put back-to-back racks together. It is definitely an uphill battle. She needs to make this 9. Let's see.
Oh, I just hate you today. Oh!
Missed it the right way, though.
Oh my God, I've never missed a minute. Thanks for the leave.
You heard Alice, that's what I mean. She missed it the right way.
Thanks for the leave. You think that was a little sarcasm there, Mitch?
Just a hair.
She's banking it.
Well, it's also a nice feeling when you have a 6-1 lead in a race to 7. See if she can end it. I wouldn't put it past her.
Nope. Overcut it a little much.
I just love you today. I just love you.
Sending out the love.
Oh, it didn't hit the ball, did I?
Allison said she didn't hit the ball because if she had hit it a little firmer, it might have gone. It would have shortened a little. She just kind of pushed it. That's it.
And that said, Vivian Villarreal still here. Allison Fisher will try to close it out in Albuquerque. Albuquerque, New Mexico, celebrating its 300th birthday this year. And a fantastic spot it is. We're at the Sandia Resort and Casino in Albuquerque, the QTEQ U.S. Open 9-ball championship. Most in this room, semifinal action, I think, thought that this match would be over and that Allison Fisher would have moved into the finals already. But a miss on the 9 in the last rack, and Vivian Villarreal still alive at 3-6. Allison needs one more rack to move ahead.
Well, I'm saying if Allison can't see this directly, she's bringing her jump cue out. That one just looks too tempting, to sitting in front of the pocket like that, all by its little lonesome. And here's the 2. So the 2's out in the open.
Watch out.
Oh, what's going to happen here? Okay, Mitch, there's a kick and a 9 sitting on the rail. I see a kick.
Take another look. Good. Just a lot of power behind that jump shot. Look at the cue ball travel. That's slow motion there.
Well, we're going to see now if she can kick. I don't know if she can kick, and I mean, that 9 is set up so nice there, but she's going to have to hit this perfect. What you have to do is you have to come low, like over by the corner of the pocket, hit it hard, like come down in here more, hit it hard so that it shoots straight behind the 2, and the 2 will probably maybe hit the rail, hopefully make the 9. It's a shot, you know, might as well try it.
And Vivian definitely still alive. And this is the point in this match when it's a little starting to get a little interesting now. After 6-0, it is now 6-3.
Tightening the gap.
At some point in her life, I would venture to say that Vivian has run off 7 racks in a row. Granted, not against the #1 player in the world, probably, but anything is possible.
Well, I'm not so sure how she's planning on getting over for the 3, because there's there's a lot of traffic here. Yeah, bump it. Just enough. She's fine. That looks good. 3 down in the corner. There's a slight angle. If she pushes the cue ball off here, here's the 4. And then things look pretty good from there. So this is a key shot right here, Mitch.
You know, when Vivian's playing her best, she moves around. She's kind of all around the table. She's up and down. She's doing her thing. But once she gets over that shot, she stays there. And that time, that's exactly what she did. Very, very still through the shot. Again, you can see it.
She's fine. She's fine.
She said a little bit more.
A little more, a couple inches
okay.
more, but
That
she's
a little bit too easy.
See now what happens because of that, she's got
A little bit too easy on that one.
she's got to stroke real soft if she wants to play the 6 in the side, because the cue ball's going to come this way, and really she'd like to hold the cue ball here, but because she's hitting the 5 so thin, the cue ball wants to travel more.
Extension.
And Vivian doesn't like to hold back on her stroke. A lot of players, like Gerda Hofstetter, is great at this kind of a shot. Just soft roll it in and hold the cue ball.
Oh.
That was nice. That was nice. It wasn't her style, but she was able to come with that.
feel a little bit, you know, for a while at 6-0, it was kidding around and kind of, oh, I wouldn't let you shut me out and all that stuff. And now it's kind of.
She feels like she's back in the game a
well,
little.
This rack, and she's 2 behind. And when you start looking at it that way, 2 racks is nothing.
No.
You don't look at it as 6 in a row. You look at it as 2 in a row.
Steve, it's right there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a good move. You can see it from here. And it's distracting when you're not used to that.
So if I'm out on the golf course and there's something on my ball, I should just kind of whistle and somebody will come over and clean it.
Yeah, just clean it off and put it in the little ball polisher.
All right, big 8-ball for Vivian Villarreal. And dead
Beautiful,
center.
beautiful.
I mean, that's, if she's not feeling it right now, nobody is. That was great, great work. And this crowd really is going to go crazy now. Vivian Villarreal, 4 racks in a row. Everybody into it here in Albuquerque. Albuquerque, New Mexico, site of the Q-Tech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. Glad you're with us here in Albuquerque. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins. And what we thought was a runaway has turned into an exciting semifinal match. Allison Fisher, 6 racks in a row on the hill. Vivian Villarreal with the last 4, and she has climbed back into this, no question about it. And wow.
Yuck.
Nothing on the break for Allison.
Here's the 1 and the 7 tied up. So Vivian's not looking at any easy run out here. She's going to push. See what Allison can do with this shot. It's really hard to put the cue ball here behind the 7, which is what you'd like to do, is just to be able to stop the cue ball back there, but that's a hard shot. Leave the cue ball on the rail. Oh, you don't know how hard that is to do. That's just beautiful.
And with
Good
authority,
shot,
Dawn.
With
I mean,
authority.
with authority. Sometimes safety
What do I
players
do,
really
Steve? What do
not
I
in
do?
the equation. People somehow don't give it enough due.
No, it looks so
boy.
easy to do, but I mean, that is as tough as any tough shot
Extension.
that you're making on the table. Well, it's too close to jump it. What is she doing? She's going to push, try to tie up balls, which, well, I don't understand that one, but I'll have to ask her that one later. Because even if she did tie it up, the 1 was right there for her to break them right back open again. The 2 is right there, so it wasn't, I don't think that was a very smart play. Wow. I don't know that I've ever seen that from Allison. Ball in hand miss.
No, I don't. Okay.
Vivian's already
Get on
taken
my
her
rail.
extension. And I said, when you start missing like that, and as good as Allison was playing all through the first 6 racks, suddenly just not there.
Well, stay in with it, Vivian. Take your time. Because if she gets out here, that's 6-5. It's a big change from 6-0.
That's 6-5 and the break in rack number 12.
Let's go up 1 rail.
Come on, ball.
Oh, she's fine. Don't start begging, because that's what, you get all tense. You start to, wish things out there and just let it go. It's going to land where it's going to land. None of your wishing is going to change anything. Okay, now, this here she's got to be careful of, because if you leave too much angle, then you're going to have to go into the 7. So what she wants to do is make it so that she has almost a straight-in shot for the 6, so she could just draw it back and not touch the 7 at all. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yep.
She's just about straight in.
And she's grabbing that chalk quick, and you can feel purpose now in Vivian Villarreal. There is still a lot of work to do in this rack, but got to tell you, if you had walked around this room about half an hour ago and asked anybody in here if they thought Vivian would be in this match in the 11th rack, 100% of them, I think, would have said no. Well, not 100%.
God
Her father,
almighty.
Willie, would have said, yeah, she'll still be in it.
Well, she's dead straight on this 7. She didn't have,
Give me something.
well, you got
I
to bank.
shot that hard. I know I did.
You got to bank.
And Vivian will take the banks.
Come on, Viv.
She knows she needs to make it now. That's all there is to it.
All the time.
See that? She makes these all the time, she said. Not that time. Oh, where's it going to land? Well, now can Allison make the bank?
I told you earlier in this match that I had watched her in practice, and she made every bank that she looked at. She was practicing them, set up a whole bunch of them, and just stood there making them. So see if she can call on those images thousands of times before.
Oh, she opted not to do that. She didn't like it.
Pretty good safety there. 2 balls on the table close to cue ball.
Yeah, this one
Good
she
shot,
may be
Allie.
able to.
Good shot. Good shot.
All she's got to do is kick behind it 1 rail, and if she hits it full in the face on the 8, the cue ball will stop right there and send the 8 up at the other end of the table. I don't know why she's not hitting behind it.
God, I went for it.
She was trying to make it. That was pretty
I thought
gutsy.
I made it.
But the other way, she had a really easy safe. I don't.
Who knows what's in the minds of the players?
Who knows? Can only guess.
No, we didn't think we'd have to say. Allison just needs to calm down and take care of business. 2 balls left.
Not good here. Made a good shot, but she's looking at a bank, Mitch. Or safe. She didn't take the bank the last time. She might just play the safe here. Well, if she takes the bank, she could bring the cue ball down at the
I
other
was going
end.
to say, maybe a two-way shot
Yeah.
here. Let's see.
Little too hard, and
Gonna
she's
say
left
very,
Vivian in
very
front of the
hard.
pocket.
Wow. Wow.
In the hole, baby. Yeah! Two more, two more. Oh.
Enough excitement in Albuquerque for everybody right now. Vivian
Oh, let it
Villarreal
go,
one
Hill,
rack
Hill.
away.
Let it go, Hill, Hill.
The Q-Tech Hughes U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is brought to you by the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league, by Brunswick Billiards, since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world, and by Q-Tech Hughes, serious cues for serious players. For 6 racks in a row now, we have said Allison Fisher needs 1 rack here in Albuquerque to move into the final, leading 6-0 after 6 racks. In a race to 7, Vivian Villarreal has put together 5 consecutive racks on the #1 player in the world. She is 1 rack away from the hill. And with the break in rack number 12, and it has gotten really interesting here, Dawn. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins. And she desperately wants to stay at the table.
No, that 7 snuck right by. It was so close to having a run-out possibility. But the 7 here is too close to the 1, I think.
Well, I gotta play it safety.
This is going to be...
Can't see it. Look. That's no. Don't look at me that way. What do you want me to do? All
Is
right.
that chalk again?
Believe me, I'll shoot it within 10.
If there's anybody that can shoot it within 10, it's Vivian.
Nice, very nice.
Well, she knew exactly what she wanted to do there. It didn't necessitate any time of thinking about it anymore. And boy, if you're Allison, Dawn, how interesting to be in this position, really just playing perfect pool for 6 racks. And then just a little shaky here, a little shaky there, things start to mount up, and all of a sudden, you're really in danger of what I would think would be the greatest comeback that I've seen in the whole time I've been doing this, should Vivian be able to pull it off.
Wow, look at this. Ball in hand, don't tie that 4 up. I love this, Mitch, though. This is like, this is pool at its best.
It's pretty amazing. You can feel it in
Well, I
here.
hit that a little easy.
She doesn't like the angle, too much angle to get back
Extension.
for the 4. Normally, if she's practicing, this is not a problem at all. She'd just come 2 rails out for the 4. Or actually, yeah, just back and forth, 2 rails. We're here, she's not sure about herself. Oh, man.
Got perfect. Got perfect and missed the darn ball.
Doesn't mean anything if you get perfect.
Yeah, how often does that happen too? You're concentrating so hard on shape.
And it was that ball in hand. You know, all she had to do was draw back to the middle of the table. Instead, she's a few inches short. Makes all the difference
Too
in
much
the world.
tension.
You say you wanted it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, extension.
Now, Allison can either go 1 rail down for the 4. She'd thin it and come 1 rail back down, or come over here, but then the 5 gets in the way, or come back 1 rail to the other side of the 4, or use the rail first. So there's a lot of options here. That's nice. That's a nice shot.
That's beautiful speed right there.
Now the 4's in the way. Now the cue ball is going to want to run into the 4 after she shoots it. So Allison just has to make sure that she leaves herself a shot on the 5. She's going to draw out behind it to make sure not to get that 9 ball moving around and maybe lock her up and get a safety. Well, see,
now the 8 and the 9 are tied up.
Now we're going to see safeties. 9-8 does not go straight into the pocket. So at some point, Allison's going to have to use the cue ball to break them open.
You just don't expect it. There's nothing else to say about it. You do not expect it. And when it happens, you can hear the crowd. Vivian, still alive here. She'll have to deal with that 8 and 9. But right now, again, just focus on the ball you need to make. And there she dealt with it, and not only that, but she's going to scratch too.
That was key. If she didn't scratch, would have been a whole different story. Well, I'm not going to say that she's out here.
Well, I made the mistake, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 racks ago, before Allison missed the 9, of saying that Vivian was done. So I'm keeping my mouth shut, that's for sure.
Well, in any sport, this is the way it is. There are those days that you don't have it your best. It's a struggle, but still you have to think about all the great things that you've done to get here in this tournament. This is just one match. It's a nice stroke there.
Allison taking her time.
Yep, she's going to come around and see if she likes shooting it in the side instead of the corner, because there may not be a window big enough to get it by the 9. And even if it's closer, if you've got a nice clean shot in the side, why not? Why not come down and play it? You've got a lot of room down in the bottom of the table. Slow down.
Whoa.
Let's see, she's okay because she can just play it up at the corner.
bet you inside there had to be a sigh of relief to see that 8 go for Allison Fisher, and this will take care of it. Great respect on the part of both of these players for the other. And you see that relief right there on the part of Allison Fisher as she moves in to the finals.
That was a good match. Expected that one.
And now it's time for our super shot of the match, brought to you by Q-Tech Qs. This turned into a very exciting match. And what got it started? For Vivian Villarreal, a great break in the middle of the match. Watch this. Not only power, a little bit of help there, but 4 balls on the break for Vivian. She did get it within a rack at 6-5, but Allison Fisher manages to move into the finals, where she will defend her title at the U.S. Open. Here's an updated road to that final. Allison Fisher will meet the winner of the Monica Webb-Kim Shaw matchup. One of those 3 players will be your U.S. Open champion. Keep your eyes open for those matchups. Don Hopkins, I'm Mitch Lawrence. We're glad you've been with us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long, everybody, from Albuquerque.